1 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister and the Iranian President held talks in Tehran today, discussing the entire spectrum of bilateral relations and regional issues. The Foreign Minister has said the present government seriously wants to transform Pakistan into an industrial and trade center. 100 Indian fishermen released by Pakistan as a goodwill gesture will be handed over to the Indian authorities at the Wagah border today. In Afghanistan, 9 Taliban were killed in an operation of security forces in Ghazni province today. And now the news in detail. Delegation-level talks are underway between Pakistan and Iran at Sadabad Palace in Tehran. Prime Minister Imran Khan is leading the Pakistan delegation, while the Iranian side is being headed by the Iranian President, Dr. Hassan Rouhani. The two sides are discussing the entire spectrum of bilateral relations and ways to further bolster their relations in diverse fields. Earlier, the two leaders held one-on-one meeting and discussed bilateral relations and regional situation. On arrival at the Sadabad Palace, a formal welcome ceremony was held in honor of Prime Minister Imran Khan. National anthems of both the countries were played on the occasion. Guard of honor was also presented to Prime Minister Imran Khan. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said Pakistan desires peaceful relations with all the neighboring countries for peace and stability in the region. He was interacting with the intellectuals and businessmen associated with Japan Institute of International Affairs in Tokyo. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said the present government wants to transform Pakistan into an industrial and trade center. He said there is a need to establish new trade centers in the region to strengthen economic and trade relations. The Chinese ambassador to Pakistan, Yao Xing, has said Prime Minister Imran Khan's upcoming visit to China will provide an opportunity to both the countries to further explore new vistas of cooperation. Talking to the media persons in Islamabad today, he said both the countries are set to begin the second phase of free trade agreement. The Chinese ambassador said there is complete understanding between Pakistan and China that CPAC is fruitful for both the countries. 100 Indian fishermen who were released by Pakistan as a goodwill gesture from the Malir jail in Karachi yesterday have arrived in Lahore. The fishermen will be handed over to the Indian authorities at the Wagah border this afternoon. Pakistan has already released 200 Indian fishermen, besides 5 civilians, as a goodwill gesture. The health of the ailing chairman, Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, Mohammad Yasin Malik, has worsened on the 12th day of his hunger strike. He was shifted from an illegal custody of India's infamous National Investigation Agency to a hospital in New Delhi after his condition deteriorated. Mohammad Yasin Malik is on a hunger strike against the illegal and obnoxious attitude of the National Investigation Agency. The United States has expressed disappointment over suspension of intra-Afghan dialogue, which was scheduled to be held in Doha, Qatar. In a telephonic conversation with the Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, the American Secretary of State Mike Pompeo emphasized the need to seize the moment and reach an understanding so that an inclusive intra-Afghan dialogue can be convened in Doha as soon as possible. In Afghanistan, 9 Taliban were killed and many others injured when the Afghan security forces stormed a Taliban hideout in Karabakh district of eastern Ghazni province today. The spokesman for the provincial government, Arif Noori, said security forces also set free 10 hostages kept by the Taliban in a container in Fatihullah village. In Sri Lanka, curfew imposed after a string of bombings in churches and hotels in and around Colombo yesterday was lifted today. Although Sri Lankans accounted for the bulk of the dead, but 32 foreigners were also killed, including British, American, Turkish, Indian, Chinese, Danish, Dutch, and Portuguese nationals. Meanwhile, the Muslim Council of Sri Lanka has strongly condemned the multiple bomb attacks in the country. In India, at least 7 people have been killed and 10 others injured due to a stampede during a Hindu temple ceremony in Tamil Nadu state. The Afghanistan Cricket Board today announced their 15-member squad for the upcoming World Cup 2019 to be held in England from the 30th of next month. The Afghanistan cricket team will be captained by Gulbuddin Naib instead of Asghar Afghan, whereas veteran pacer Hamid Hassan has also been included in the squad. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.